Many people have been in relationships with a narcissist without an idea that they are actually being abused. Narcissists are like con artists. They are cunning and very persuasive when they need something. No matter how the victims try to leave the relationship, they always find ways to suck them back. A narcissist will mistreat you, neglect you, and do all sorts of horrible things. But the moment you decide to leave, they suddenly become remorseful and apologetic. This is one of the most dangerous parts of a narcissistic relationship. You may think they have repented and will change for the better, but they will not. Learning to recognize them is not enough to avoid them. You have to know their tricks as well. When you are familiar with all the methods of a con artist, he can no longer blackmail you with anything. After a series of bad treatment and abuse in a narcissistic relationship, the victim decides to leave. This is when the narcissists will start to behave well and sweet again. Don't fall for it. It is just a scheme to make you stay in the relationship. It is called hoovering, like the vacuum cleaner. They are not trying to get you back into the relationship because they want to treat you right. They are only doing that because he wants to keep treating you like trash. It is a method narcissists use to keep their victims from leaving them. It is just like when someone is deep into a cult and they are unable to leave. So let's quickly dive into the 6 sneaky things a narcissist will probably do or say to keep you locked up in their cage. 1. Counseling. The first most common excuse they use is counseling. As we all know that advice is well known for solving relationship problems. Every person now has a counselor who they talk to every now and then when they encounter problems. Try talking to someone about your relationship issue. The first thing they would advise you to do is to go for counseling with your partner. They might probably refer you to a counselor who has helped them at some point or another. When a narcissist sees that you are about to leave, they may come and say, "Hey babe, I thought a lot about what you said last night. I am willing to change for good because I love you and I want this to work. I've decided to go to counseling." When the victim hears this statement, they become happy. 2. Cheating. Whenever you catch a narcissist cheating on you, they will try to find a way to keep you by accepting their fault and ridiculing themselves. They may say, "Baby, I am a fool for cheating on you." They may later bring up some cock and bull story that will win your heart back. They may say something like, "I met him or her when we weren't together, and now they don't want to leave me alone." They will say just about anything to make sure they get you back. Don't fall for this. Although it's tough to leave when you're in love with a narcissist, unfortunately. 3. Friends. When they have tried every possible thing to get you back, they may try to be friends with you. "Since you don't want to accept me back, can we be friends?" They don't want to treat you right. At the same time, they don't want anybody to make you happy either. Narcissists generally and gradually suck the life out of you. If you have been in a relationship with a narcissist and they are trying to get you back with this line, "Avoid it and move on," you don't need them. What is crazy about narcissists is that they are capable of hiding their real personality for a reasonably long time. Spotting them quickly may be very hard. So, after a while of being your friend, they become charming and sweet again, to the extent that they buy you gifts and try to seduce you all over again. They are good actors. They can fake their emotions anytime, any day, just to deceive you. 4. The only one. In most cases, women fall victims of this trick. When you eventually pack your bags to leave his house, that's when he pulls out this trick. Narcissists can lie with a straight face and no facial expression. Remember, narcissistic individuals are not capable of showing empathy or love. They only love themselves. They only show compassion sometimes at the beginning of the relationship and when you try to leave. After a narcissist sees that you are in love, he starts to abuse you in all kinds of ways. He neglects your emotions, disrespects you, embarrasses you, and ignores your opinion on anything. But when you decide to leave, they can say stuff like, "You know you are the only one for me." 5. I'll make it up to you. You have tried everything to make the relationship work, but they kept abusing your rights in the relationship. And now you are really upset. You eventually decide to break up with them. And that's when you hear something like, "Hey babe, you know I love you. I promise to make it up to you." You must be wondering how this kind of words can keep the victim in the relationship. People are generally empathetic, loving, and adorable beings. Once they're in love with someone, it is not easy for them to give up on them. As long as the abusers are persuasive and apologetic, they will accept you back. A narcissist is highly skilled when it comes to this, just to deceive the victim. 6. Something touched me. That moment, the victim is trying to leave the narcissist. They suddenly repent and starts to apologize and say things like, "I think I had an encounter. Something touched me, and I realize all I have been to you." As a result of the love they have, the victim will forgive them, not knowing what is coming next. What the narcissist is trying to do is play on the victim's emotions and deceive them with apologies. Deep down, the narcissist doesn't care about you. Never think that crying or making sad faces will make a narcissist change. They are just out to hurt vulnerable people who will fall under their spell. Now that you have learned about the 6 common sneaky tricks a narcissist can use to get you back, you can now easily catch them anytime there's need. It is important to choose your own happiness and stand well in your own power. That is the only way to break the emotional ties with a narcissist.